Hello and welcome. Today's video is a review for this book called I Want to Be Like You, which is written by Travis Breeding. This book is unreleased. It will come out in about 2 weeks or so. You can pre-order the book by going to travisbreeding.com, which you will be able to see the link in my box thing that has the information for this video. I've also written a blog about this book. And so if you want to learn more about this book or my thoughts on it, you can go visit my blog. I put a specific link to that blog entry. With that said, let's talk about I Want to Be Like You. So I Want to Be Like You is Travis Breed's account from his childhood to adulthood, dealing with Asperger's syndrome. And there are parts that I can relate to, and there's parts that I don't relate to nearly as much. One part that I really relate to is that Travis is very obsessed with his music. And there's two ways that I actually relate to this obsession. First, he becomes a trombone player, and he becomes a very good trombone player. And so he's obsessed with the trombone and being the best. And so for me, you know, as a child, it was obsession with G.I. Joe, then obsession with collecting Star Wars. And my Star Wars collecting obsession, our obsessions came about around the same time. He started playing the trombone in middle school. I started collecting Star Wars at the end of middle school in 8th grade. I no longer collect Star Wars. I sold off my collection just as he sold off his trombone. And so with that obsession, I was I had to have all the stuff, you know. It was very important to me, and I wanted to be the best collector. I wanted to have the largest collection. You know, I wanted to dethrone Steve Sansweet, who had the largest Star Wars collection. And so in that area I was trying to be the best, but in other aspects of my life, you know, like writing, like I wanted to become like the best writer. You know, I wanted to be known as the best in school when it came to writing and stuff like that. And so being the best was very important for me in that regard, and also being very obsessed with collecting, and his obsession was the trombone. An aspect that I don't 100% relate to, but it makes a lot of sense to me, is how he deals about friendships. Now for me, finding friendships hasn't been that big of a deal. You know, I've always wanted a romantic relationship with someone, but other than that, I haven't really felt a big desire for friendships. But in Travis Breeding's book, he talks about how ideally, you know, his esteem is low. He thinks he's fat, ugly, stupid, etc. But he wants people to like him, so he does whatever it takes to get friendships, whether that's taking physical abuse or having to pay someone $100 every time he hangs out with them and buy them their dinner and drinks and all that kind of stuff. And when it comes to women, you know, buying them expensive jewelry, you know, spending $600 on jewelry, taking them out to buy clothes, all that kind of stuff. And so it's a very good account of how people with Asperger's syndrome and autism can be taken advantage of, especially if we desire that friendships. I do know some people on the spectrum who really do desire friendships to a very strong degree, and it can sometimes come across as very clingy to other people. And so those of us with autism who really are coming across as clingy, we need to learn how to control our clingy factor and to give people space. In other words, not constantly texting and calling people, not always having to be around this person. This other person has a life. You know, you can't be that person's life all the time, whether you're in a romantic relationship or just a basic friendship. And so other people on the autism spectrum, like me, you know, it's not such a big deal, and we don't get as clingy because we just don't care as much about people. And there are many other interesting aspects about the book, but you'll have to read it to find out what those are. But to buy a copy of the book, you can pre-order it by going to travisbreeding.com. You can also read my blog entry for a more thorough explanation on my thoughts. I thank you for watching this video, and I wish all of you an awesome day of awesomeness. Thank you.